Hello, Sandra. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your Dolce Gabonna that you mailed to me. That one is beautiful. Can you see that bling on the side? The Dolce Gabonna. Let's see, it is model number Dolce Gabonna 1103B, and I'm going to cut some lenses. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out the original demo lenses, because here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut your unbreakable, bulletproof, up to 22 caliber, and have both UVA and B protection. Those are the lenses that you will be getting. So I have put your Italian frame into my Italian edger. This is a Santinelli LE1000. Runs about $30,000. I recommend everyone go out and get one. Put it on your kitchen table, and then you can cut glasses at home. Okay, I'm going to pull up the shape of your lens onto the screen. Your pupillary distance is 59. That is the distance between the center of one lens to the center of the other. This is a polycarbonate lens being cut for a plastic frame. So let's see, your prescription is plus 50 minus a quarter at 005. I spin the axis wheel to 5, and what's the chance of that it stops right on it? I spin the power drum to plus 50. I put the lens in, and then I rotate it until your optical center comes into focus perfectly. And now is a really good time to look at all the dust on top of my Marco 101 lensometer. You know, I should have cleaned that before I realized I'm going to be on national TV. International TV, global. I have patients in other galaxies ordering from me. So your left eye, plus 75 minus 50 at 13. Let me spin that to 13. Plus 75. Rotate your lens until it comes into focus. Rotate the power drum to check the astigmatism correction. Get everything lined up. I have found the optical center of your lens. Let me mark this L for right, just to see if you're paying attention. Now I'm going to use these blocks to attach to your lens while it's cutting. So I'm going to use a little double-sided sticky pad from 3M. I'm going to stick that on there and peel off the other side of the sticker. Line up your optical center in my graph, which is like the crosshairs of a scope. And you actually upgraded to the anti-glare coating, which is a wonderful feature. It eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain. From street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead lights, fluorescent lights. I'm going to go one step further with that, because your lens has a hydrophobic coating, meaning that it hates water. So it's a little bit slippery. So I'm going to put one more little adhesive sticker on your lens while it cuts. And I've slowed it down. It does not cut as fast as a non-anti-glare lens. That hydrophobic coating works like when you wax your car and it rains. The rain beads right off. Water's going to do the same thing. You will never need a liquid cleaner again for your lenses. So the LMU comes down and traces the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it's large enough. It traces it twice. It starts on the concave side of the lens, which is closest to your eyelashes, and then it now traces the convex side of your lens. That's the last of the vocabulary lessons today. Although I take it back, I'm going to throw one more in a little bit later, along with my thumbnail. It'll all come together. Your cutting wheel is actually this wheel in the center, which is like a heavy grit sandpaper that's going to grind away most of the lens. And this wheel in the center with this channel is going to put the bevel onto the lens for you. I will have to close the door as it gets loud, but I want you to hear your lens cut the striking wheel. I'm going to close the door for now so you can watch inside. So yeah, you will never need to spray a liquid cleaner onto your lens. All you need is a cleaning cloth. That's all I ever use. You will be getting a Dolce Gabonna cleaning cloth with this frame. I'll even throw in one of my cleaning cloths with instructions on how to wash them so they will last for years. Essentially, take your premium microfiber cleaning cloth, wash it at the kitchen sink with dish soap, Dove or Palmolive, which are the leading brands, rinse it out, and then just let it air dry. on a paper towel or a dish towel. They dry in just a few hours. The older they get, the softer they get, the better they clean. Unlike me, the older I get, the less I like to clean. So let me just move your lenses there. Get everything ready. Now your prescription. Your right eye reads plus 50 minus a quarter at 0.05. Your left eye is plus 75 minus 50 at 13. The 59 is your pupillary distance. From the center of one pupil to the center of the other is 59 millimeters. So this first box, let me cover it up. The plus 50 for your right eye, the plus 75 for your left. Without your glasses on, everything is actually too small. This lens will magnify everything to get to the correct size. The second number is your astigmatism correction. You have 0.25 in your right eye, 0.50 in your left. Everything's in quarter increments. The unit of measurement is called a diopter, and there's 4 steps to a diopter. It's 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on, up to minus or plus 20. At least that's the powers I can read on my Marco 101 lensometer. So the first box gets everything the correct size. The astigmatism is the fuzzy edges. This is how we correct for the astigmatism. You have 1 step of correction in your right eye, 2 in your left. You need 2 steps of magnification in your right eye to make everything the right size, 3 steps in your left. Now there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. One person has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. That is it. It is not a disease. It is not an affliction. It fluctuates. People freak out over that word. And contacts is more expensive, and glasses is a piece of cake to correct for. So we're getting closer to your final shape. It's just rinsing any of the optical sawdust off. Let me close the door because my $30,000 Italian edger does not like having its computer get wet. So that is that. Now your lenses are the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable. I know I'm repeating myself. Bulletproof up to 22 caliber with both UVA and UVB protection. But one more thing I wanted to point out about your unbreakable lenses is that they are 40% thinner and lighter than plastic. They are also aspheric, meaning that the cheaper lenses, like the kind that actually came in your frame, and they're just cheap plastic. They're designed to be replaced. Dolce Gabonna isn't trying to sell you something cheap. This is just a disposable world we live in. But it's spherical, meaning it's almost the same shape in every direction like a basketball. This, what you're getting, this is your left lens, is an aspheric lens, which is flatter. It starts off round in the center and then flattens out at the edges, which gives you a much better cosmetic look, and you get away from that fishbowl look, which you do not want. Now, this is the shape of your lens as it has come out the edge of your right lens. It still has a little bit of rough edges on it, so I'm going to use my hand sewn to smooth out any rough edges around the lens. Now this is completely smooth, but it just works on friction. In fact, my finger was getting warm by putting it on there. But I'm going to go all the way around one time. And you now see this white powdery substance on the edge of your lens. This is your next vocabulary word. It is called schwarf. And I like to say, may the schwarf be with you. Any Mel Brooks fans out there? Now, when I first heard that word, I called BS. And if you notice, I've wiped it all onto the counter here. This is my trademark move. I'm a professional. Kids don't do this at home. Put it on the counter and then wipe it on the floor. As I'm fond of saying, I went to school for years to learn how to do that. Kids, you just can't start throwing stuff on the floor and expect to do it right. Okay, so here is your frame. I'm going to start by putting your lens in at the outside corner, and then with my thumbs, I push down at the nose. There's still a little bit of give, a little resistance, so I'm going to take it down about 1/10 of a millimeter. Now it's actually going to go down, and it's going to skip the cutting wheel and go straight to the bevel wheel that it finished on, and it's just going to go round and round until 1/10 of a millimeter is gone, and then I will try reinserting it. Now, based on this frame, it's already been pre-adjusted for you just because to see the amount of curvature. If do I have a brand new frame around here? Do I have a brand new frame? Take this Ray-Ban blue and orange one for instance, and you can see how the temples come straighter back. Yours are already curved, so it looks like someone has adjusted this for you. You must be very petite to do that. Hang on while I eat a grape. Man, those are good grapes. Okay. It is now 7:31 on Tuesday, February 11th. 36 degrees in my hometown, and we're expecting 6 to 8 inches of snow tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Sorry, I was just trying to swallow the grapes. I didn't want to talk during that. So that's why I want to make sure to get this cut tonight and shipped out, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it in. I know to some people that seems like a lot, but I just got a text. Hang on, let me see what it says. I'll finish that up. That's the one thing about online sales. You get a lot of emails and text messages, which is fine. People want to ask questions. Okay, I cleaned the Schwarf off again. I've done this so much I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail from scraping the edges of lenses. I'm just going to dry your lens off because I do not want to drop it on live TV. Okay, so again, I start at the outside corner. I tuck it in, and using my thumbs, I push down at the nose. There's still a little bit more give, and so just so I know I can do this in under 20 minutes for YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting your left lens. Take it down a little bit more. And now it's going to start cutting your left lens while I go to continue to work on your right. This is what you've seen before. The LMU comes down and traces the shape of your frame onto the lens. And since you have seen that, I'm going to bypass this and continue working. I'm going to take the block off of your lens, which holds it into the lathe while it's cutting. Dry this off again to make it a little bit better. Now, actually, well, I can put the PD on there a little bit later when I check it. But I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to remove some more of your lens manually by going around on my handstone. And this has the same little bevel that the edger has. This terrifies some people to have to take a lens down by hand to make it fit. But because I do my own lab work and I've been doing it so long, it is a piece of cake. I'm just going to go all the way around the lens. You see all that Schwarf on there? Okay, you know what happens next. Scrape it off with my occupational thumbnail. Drop it on the counter. Instead of wiping it on the floor, I'm going to blow it onto the counter. There, that's better. All gone now. Kids, remember, I went to school for years to learn how to blow dust around on the counter. Don't expect to be able to do it perfectly on day one. Okay, so again, the steps you've seen before, I'm going to pop in the outside corner, push down at the nose, and your lens snaps in perfectly. I'm going to remove the sticker on the back side, and your red dot is missing, so what I'm going to do is inspect the lens to make sure it is cut perfectly. I'm going to spin the axis wheel back to 5, and then turn the power drum to plus 50. And I have your paperwork turned over just so people can't see your email and phone number and address and try and contact you. So plus 50 minus a quarter at 5. Plus 50, get this lined up perfectly. Now I'm going to put the red dots back on there so you can see where your optical center is. And I'm going to leave that on there till the end, because I will use that to check your pupillary distance with the final inspection. This is a beautiful frame, Sandra. For those of you out there who are a fan of bling, who like the black and platinum, this is the Dolce Gabonna 1103B. It is a 50 eye size. This is color 501. But if you Google it, you can see all the other colors that it comes in. And hopefully this light does it justice, but that is a beautiful sparkle. But you can mail me your frame if I don't have access to it. And currently I'm not selling Dolce Gabonna, but I will shortly. But you can mail me your frame and I will put your prescription lenses in it, and you get to watch me cut your lenses. That is the deal. Now, it is finished cutting and is now putting the bevel onto the lens. I did program it to cut slightly smaller than the right lens, so I will not have to take it down by hand, but I will if I need to. I just want to make sure that I don't run over 20 minutes, because that's about the cutoff point for YouTube. And I want you to watch your glasses being made. So it's one of the ways to speed things up. Let's close that door. Let's let you watch though. Of course, it's like a car wash. It's just water splashing around, but hey, that might be fun to watch. Hopefully you can see through the door. So when you buy the frame from me, you get free unbreakable lenses, thinner and lighter weight than regular plastic, and it's an aspheric polycarb, which every other online company charges you for an upgrade to poly from plastic, and then they charge you the upgrade to the aspheric lens. This is where we start for free, and we can go up from there. So I'm just going to put the safety bevel around the lens. I'm going to use my occupational thumbnail to scrape that off, and to make my wife happy, I'm going to drop that into the trash can, because Valentine's Day is Friday, and if I anger her during the week, Valentine's Day gets more and more expensive. So I got to keep my costs down for you guys so I can give away free lenses. So I'm going to start at the outside corner on the left side now, push down at the nose, and actually it does need to come down a little bit more. I'm going to take that block off, and I'm going to go around your lens one more time. Now let's check the size. I'm going to dry this off again. And actually, before I lose that red dot, I'm going to put that on there so you can see that later. Start at the outside corner, push down at the nose, snaps right in. I am going to make sure the frame is in standard alignment before I ship it back to you, where everything is level. Pull off that sticker, toss it. I'm going to check the axis of the left eye, which is 13. And you are plus 75 minus 50. Put that in your optical center. Plus 75, it reads. Minus 50, that is perfect. And now, hopefully, of course, let me hold this up so you can see it. Your pupillary distance is 59. So, hopefully with the white background that you can see, I put the end to my left at your right eye, and I measure at your left eye, and hopefully you can see 59 millimeters there, so that checks out perfect. I am going to use my optical grade acetone to remove my markings from your lens. Dry it off with my cleaning cloth, and then get this in the mail to you. Now, Sandra, I really appreciate you mailing me your frame so I can put your prescription in there. It's been a pleasure. I hope you've learned how your glasses are made, and if I can be any more help, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, and you have just witnessed how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.